All right, guys, welcome to the CWE podcast. I am with a special guest today. I met him through a sports betting group. You're from what, Iowa?
Yep. I originally was born in Los Angeles, but then I
Oh,
moved around a
okay.
lot and then ended up in Iowa. That's where I went to high school and college. So,
Cool, cool, cool. You are a big UFC fan. You do a little bit of boxing, from what I heard.
yep, I'm competing in kickboxing, and jujitsu just because of love of the game, and then karate when I was in younger elementary.
For sure, facts, facts.
Mhm.
What made you get into boxing? Was it like, I don't know, was it like a self defense thing?
Yeah, so always watched UFC like growing up. I just thought it was always cool, like watching the movie like Never Back Down and playing the games growing up. And then my freshman year, I wrestled. I was really big, with wrestling. So that kind of got me into the combat sports to a point. I guess previously I did karate as a young kid. But then my friend Austin, he competed, and then I have a couple other friends, like my friend Spencer, who trained at this local gym in Creston, Iowa,
Okay.
Henry Mixed Martial Arts. And I always wanted to like kind of get into it as a kid because growing up near this town, I knew a lot of people that were kind of training MMA. And then I just kind of started going to some of the classes. They have like taekwondo, kickboxing, stand up type of classes, and then they have like grappling where it's kind of wrestling and jujitsu based. And then from
Oh
there, I
yeah.
kind of got my feet wet, did some light sparring with my friends, and just made it fun. And then I kind of wanted to test myself against people my weight because I competed at like the 135 area. It was like 135 and some change. They gave us a couple pounds for allowance,
Right.
and and we're sparring with guys that were like 200 pounds, and I'm like, well, I kind of want to like punch somebody as hard as I can and kind of test my skill set. So then I took a kickboxing fight. I know, and
For
it did
sure.
what I did pretty well. We went the distance, but had a couple of knockdowns and actually got the performance of the night. Um, performance of the night
That's pretty cool.
on the for the card, and there was like a decent amount of fights. I mean, they had like 5 6 jiu-jitsu matches, and then they had like probably 10 kickboxing fights. It's at the Afton Fairgrounds, which is like a county fairground in Iowa. Just amateur kickboxing, but some of those guys move on to professional, and
Nice.
it was pretty good. I wanted to do it again, but if I ever do compete, it's gonna be MMA because
For
I'm a big
sure.
fan of grappling, and I want to test my jujitsu out with the striking, and I think it's a little to me it's a little safer because like in boxing, right, you get knocked down. I knock this guy down, and he's or I can get knocked down, and I get 10 seconds to get up, like we
Right. You
saw
get
like
10
Tyson
seconds.
Fury, but you're concussed. Like at that point, like a fighter's always not is not gonna want to give up, but as like a referee point of view, it's like that guy is like kind of putting himself in position to get CTE because he's giving him,
Right.
he's able to fight while he's concussed, and he's probably going to get hit again. While in MMA,
Yeah.
yeah, people get starched with the little gloves, or you can get kicked in the head. But I mean, kickboxing, I'm kicking them in the head too, and um, but the boxing gloves are a little thicker. But to the point with UFC, um, when the ref stops, it's over. Like he doesn't, he's
Right.
not going to be able to say like give him 10 seconds, which kind of feels like a long time. Like in 2 minute rounds, that's not a lot of it, but it's enough to kind of catch your breath and restabilize where you say, okay, I'm good. I want to fight, even though you technically probably shouldn't be fighting.
Right. For sure. Um, how long you been boxing?
So I only did it for a couple years. So I did my fight in like 2024. And then I kind of trained like a year and a half before that. And then I kind of haven't really done too much since then, since I moved closer to the Omaha area. My
Okay.
local
Okay.
gym isn't like near me anymore. And then
Right.
I haven't picked a gym in Omaha that I like really committed to. But I do want to get more into jiu-jitsu and kind of start grappling with the gi and then kind of earn my way up to a blue belt. And then when I get my blue belt, I do kind of want to test myself with MMA or maybe even go to the street beast and go fight street death sentence if he's not a coward and isn't scared of Seth. You know who death
Damn.
sentence is?
No, I don't.
Ah, well, you got to look him up. He's a he's a character.
Is he?
Yeah. but he's I think he's about my weight. So
What weight are
yeah,
you?
he fights at 135. So that's I feel like we could probably fight at like 140. Good catch
Are
weight.
you 140 right now?
Yeah, I'm probably a couple pounds over that. The heaviest I ever got actually was right after my fight. So I was working out a ton every single day, 7 days a week, running a lot, trying to get my cardio up. But I was also taking creatine for the first time.
Okay, yeah.
So my water, I was drinking a lot of water, and I think that kind of made me like retain it. So I did a water cut. So when I took the fight, I was 140, kind of light. Usually walk around like 145.
Okay.
But and then I cut down to 136, but then I rebulked at 8. I was dieting down. And then in the fight in the ring, I was probably like 150, 155. Just pure shredded muscle though.
Damn.
Like yeah, like I was eating clean. Just because I was looking up like online how like a lot of the UFC fighters do weight cuts. Because you see Alex Pereira, like Chama,
Oh my
he,
gosh.
he fought at 185, but he's talking about fighting at heavyweight.
Yeah.
And it's just like sauna was a big thing. I bought a sauna suit and I just kinda got in a wrestler. So I didn't cut too much weight because you think about it, I competed at 137 or 136 and a half, and I took the fight at 140, so that's like 4 pounds. But, like, by
Okay.
training for the fight, I kinda got, like, a little bigger. So I usually walk around 145 to 150. So that is kind of a big cut to 135.
For sure.
140, not as much, but still, to me, it's worth cutting the weight because you weigh in Friday and then you fight Saturday.
Oh, right.
So it's not like in wrestling, it's kinda tough because you weigh in that morning, or with jujitsu, you weigh in that morning, and then you compete, like, that day, so you're not able to, like, replenish. Well, with kickboxing, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna eat I weigh in at noon, I'm gonna eat a good lunch, eat a good dinner, I'm gonna drink water because each gallon of water is 8 pounds, so if I can cut 2 gallons of water out of me, that's 16 pounds, that's pretty much my whole weight cut. So it's about drinking a lot of water, tricking the brain to sweat, to pee, to think that, like, I'm over fluctuating with it,
For
and then
sure.
kinda, like, slowly going down, so it's not a dramatic change, so I'm still pissing, and then I kinda cut it out the day before, sweat a bunch in the sauna, doing light reps, getting ready for it. So I tried taking it as professionally as possible, even though it was an amateur kickboxing fight.
For sure. You sound like did you used to wrestle back then?
Yeah, so I wrestled my freshman year, and then I switched to
Right.
basketball just because I love basketball. I just see, like, the like, Stephen Curry jersey, and
Okay, yeah, the Warriors.
yep.
I
I'm
used
a
to do a
Lakers
little bit of
fan, but
amateur wrestling back then, but I was I was the same way. I was teetering back and forth between basketball and wrestling.
yes, and then I'm a big fan of the professional wrestling. Um,
Awesome, awesome.
yes, yes, huge fan. So, I have a couple friends that have actually went professional with that, in Iowa. One of them's name is Caden, and then, it's really cool to see it. I think, what are your thoughts about Logan Paul and, like, him, and how, like, he jumped into that realm?
So, I think Logan Paul is like he was made for the business for sure. Like, the dude's very talented, very athletic. Like,
Mhm,
he's got it. And, like, I've always thought he would be on the big leagues, and just to see him now, it's so cool, because he came from Cleveland. Me and my brothers were watching him on Vine and in Instagram, YouTube, and we were from Cincinnati. I'm like, oh my god, these two dudes are like 2 hours away from us, becoming famous right before our
mhm,
eyes. And then then you know it, they're doing big league stuff.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Logan and Jake, like, Logan jumping in WWE, he's flying off the ropes, doing flips, competing against Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest
Oh,
boxers
dude,
I think
yeah,
of all
and
time.
he's a good ass boxer too.
And Jake, yeah, he has hands. Like he's fighting Anderson Silva, who's beaten like Julio Cesar Jr., who has like 50 career wins professionally,
Right,
and like yeah, like he's fighting like cans, but at the same time, it's like okay, this kid is. I grew up on he like Jake and Logan. They were famous on Vine, and then they got famous on YouTube, and then they started training, and it's like they're going against people that were like the best of the best at combat sports. And yeah, they're at the tail end of their career, but to be in that same like conversation with some of these guys or to knock out a lot of these UFC champs or Olympic wrestlers like Ben Askren, it's kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't get the Jake Paul hate. I don't. Like, I get it, like, because he's rich, cocky, whatever.
mm,
But like, the dude has done it all. Like, seemed like it, you know.
yeah, and fighting Anthony Joshua is kind of like shooting himself in the foot to a point because it's
It
like
was. It
you're not gonna
was.
win
Yeah.
that fight.
Nah, like not even close. Like like you should have known like something was gonna go wrong when you decided to step in the ring with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah,
Like,
because I was telling somebody, it's like if I can make like a Looney Tunes type of movie with like heavyweights of today's generation, I'm taking like the champ, uh, like Tyson Fury, and probably Anthony Joshua, like Deontay Wilder, and like he's like one of those big names that are like they're a champion, they're still relevant, they're like an athlete, they're famous. So to go in a ring with like the biggest of the biggest guys is like crazy because I think it's what happened is like everyone was like, oh, he's fighting Tank Davis, and then before that fight, like because this was like a pullout fight, he was supposed to fight
yeah,
Tank Davis,
Davis got in
who
trouble.
who's a 35er, right? He's really good at boxing, but he's like 135 pounds, and then Jake's probably touching 200, or wherever the fight was at. So it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, you're a weight boy. You only fight small guys. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna fight a boxer, not a UFC guy, not a small boxer, like because
Like
everyone
a
was talking
real
crap.
actual
I'm gonna
boxer.
the biggest of the big boxer, and like, so be careful what you wish for though, because
Right.
but hopefully he gets a speedy recovery, and I think he should honestly. If I'm him, I'm probably getting that rematch against the Fury brother, Tommy, I think his
Oh,
name is,
Tommy, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and trying to beat him.
Yeah, for sure, man. I
But
think that's what he should do. He does got titanium plates in his jaw.
yeah,
The W
they said that's like a career ending type
Yeah,
of
like, you think
injury, but
I don't think they'll stop him though. I think he'll still wanna do it.
yeah, no, he's definitely he'll get a couple not like softball type of matchups, so he'll get like some winnable fights and then kind of not stack his record or pad, I should say, but like kind of, get some momentum and then eventually fight like someone like Conor McGregor and then potentially, he can turn his, end it on a high note because, you know, I'm not going
Mm,
to say he wouldn't be able to beat Conor,
right.
even though it's kind of crazy take, but
Is that who you were a fan of? Younger?
yeah,
Is it
sorry, can you hear my cat?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
I know
he's going crazy.
you're good.
Um, he, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Conor McGregor. I think he's like he changed the game for sure. He's
Oh, yeah.
like double champ, and then still is probably the most relevant. That's why he's probably gonna be on this White House card.
You think so?
Um, yeah, I think I saw some rumors on it, like him being fighting
I
Michael
wanna see
Chandler.
it. I wanna see him back in the octagon.
But they said they're gonna have like a ton of the title fights. So it's like, well, is he gonna be on the main card?
He lost on a bad note, like, to Khabib, like, right? Is that his last fight was Khabib?
No, he fought
Oh,
after
Poirier.
Khabib. He fought Cowboy. Donald
Cowboy,
Cerrone, and he beat
that's
him at
right.
170, and then so that was a cool win because that made him have a knockout in 145, so lightweight, featherweight, and welterweight, so 145, 55, and 70. Um, so there's only two people that have done that, him and Jared Cannonier.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Jared Cannonier did heavyweight, light heavyweight, and then middleweight is what he's at now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that I mean, he's like GOAT status, but he lost to Dustin Poirier because he beat Donald Cerrone, and then he lost to Dustin Poirier,
About to say, is that his
and then
last
he
fight?
and then he fought Dustin Poirier again, and then he
Oh,
snapped his leg.
that's right. He snapped his leg.
So then he's been like rehabbing with but he's put
Hey, I
and then he did
remember
the Ultimate
watching the
Fighter, was supposed to fight Michael Chandler, pulled out,
right.
and he's like, I'm gonna fight on the White House.
Yeah, I remember him fighting Habib, and I got so bummed out because it was like my only time watching him live. I'm like, holy shit, come on. And yeah, and then it became a shit show with everything. With Habib's team jumping in and is
That was so
trying to
wild.
assault Gregor. I was
I'm
like,
surprised
what
they
the
didn't. I'm surprised they didn't
Crazy.
stop the stream. Actually, that's like one of the only pay-per-views I actually bought. Dana White, I'm sorry, but usually I pirate it. I am gonna buy Peacock, or not Peacock, Paramount,
Paramount, yeah.
and start like actually just like watching the streams like paid for. But I used to like stream them. But that's like the one of the
I
ones
used
I
to.
actually
Yeah,
bought.
I used to illegal stream them
Um,
too.
yeah. Sometimes you do what you do, or a lot of times I go to B Dubs or like go to a friend's
Yeah,
house
B
and we
Dubs
have
is good for yeah.
yeah, and we kind of all chip in. But it just kind of depends on it. Like if I'm driving or if I'm traveling, sometimes the streaming is viable. Well, let's get into
Um,
UFC 324.
yes, sir.
Bet. All right. So this first card or this first fight, I think it starts with
At the
Adam,
bottom. Yeah.
Adam and Ty. I'll be honest, even being a UFC nerd, I don't know a ton about these guys. Um, it says welterweights. All right, yeah. So I think Ty Miller, he's 6-0, and Adam, he's 10-5. Um,
Okay.
they have Ty as a minus 355, so that's pretty interesting. That's kind of a big favorite. Um, but he's undefeated, so I can see there's a lot of momentum toward him. Honestly, I probably won't touch this if I was a betting guy. Most people are gonna miss this since it's the first prelim. But
You think
if I had to predict somebody, I think Vegas has it right, and I think Ty does kind of get it done.
okay.
Um,
Like I know some of these guys, I just don't know a
mhm.
lot of them.
Yeah. So that first one, it's gonna be
I
kind
don't
of
know who Ty Miller or Adam is.
yeah. I think I've seen them both fight before. Well, here, let me see. Ty Miller. This is his debut in the UFC. So he
Oh,
might
okay,
have
that's
been
why.
in the contenders.
Oh,
And
okay, okay,
then
yeah.
with here, let me go to Adam. Adam, I know he's been in the UFC, yeah. So he fought like do you remember that Islam Dulatov guy? He was like the model. He
Names
and
sounds
he
familiar.
literally models and he's like rich, but he's kind of like an Armin type of guy. But that guy knocked him out, and then he fought Josh Quillen. Um, and then Mike Mallet, he's the Canadian fighter. He subbed Adam. Adam's lost to a lot of decent names, and Michael Morales is a big name.
Dude, Michael Morales, yes.
He knocked out Adam too. So he's fought some
Dude,
good competition, but I think he gets finished low key. I think Ty Miller probably.
finish him
I think they're for like okay, we want to build Ty Miller up a little bit. We're gonna give him Adam. Adam's gonna get paid. Try to survive. Bet the under 1.5. Or I don't know, probably over. That's the thing though. This could easily been like a good 3 round fight.
for
But
sure.
yeah, I say Ty wins, just money line. This next
Okay,
fight though is gonna be pretty good. Um, sorry, I gotta pull it up again.
you're good.
So yeah, Josh and Denzel. So I know both these guys. I think so. This one has it with Josh, but I think what I'm looking at it has Ricky and Cameron as the next one. But we'll just go up with this. Josh and Denzel. So Denzel Freeman, he's like a Marine. He's like 40 something years old, heavyweight, but still in the military. And
No shit.
started knocking people out in the amateur scene, went professional, kept doing it, made him in the UFC. I think
That's
through the
cool.
Contender Series. While Josh Hoykick,
Yeah.
I think he was an NFL player, and then
No,
he joined. I think so. If I um, yeah, he's an American football player. He played for. He competed in Bellator, and then he moved over. Who did he play for? Um, the 49ers.
no shit.
Yep. So he's an athlete. So and his promos are like professional wrestling esque.
Oh,
He's good
for
on the
real.
mic. He's good on the mic. So we'll probably honestly I'm predicting a Josh KO with a really cool call out. Which probably gonna get on like Instagram.
So you think Josh will knock him out to the
Yeah,
finish?
I think they're gonna like bang. It might be one of those heavyweight fights where I'm like, why isn't someone knocking like they're just like too tired to knock each other out?
Right.
But I think Josh is a professional athlete to a point, and Denzel's too old to like keep up with that. I mean, Age-wise, Josh is 28 and Denzel's 34. 34 is not that old. I thought he was in his 40s, but it's still like, I mean, it's not too much of a difference. They're both 6 foot. Denzel's gonna have a little bit more reach, but I think, yeah, I think Josh gets it done. And then Ricky versus Cameron. So you might have seen both of these guys too. Ricky Turo, I'm
Um,
so bad at names.
you're
Ricky
good. Ricky,
Tukuros,
I do know.
mm-hmm. And then Cameron
Um,
Smotherman.
sounds familiar. I think I
He,
have watched him a couple times.
yep, they call him the babyface killer. He just fought Ricky Simone and he lost a decision, but he was supposed to win that fight. And then he lost a decision to City, huh? So he's lost both his fights in the UFC. I would have sworn he's won. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. So that's probably why the line is where it is. But that's interesting. I mean, he's only fought twice in the UFC. I would have sworn he fought somebody and beat him. I thought he had a knockout or something, but I might be getting confused with somebody else. I'm gonna go with Cameron though. I think Cameron gets it done. Maybe by
Say
knockout too.
Cameron.
Yeah, I think he can catch Ricky. But I don't want to pick all the favorites, but that's how these. And then this next one is definitely going to be the favorite. I don't know if you know who Atiba. I'm probably butchering his name.
I
Gutierrez or
got the
whatever his name is.
I got the predictions on the ticker.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So let me see.
That is sick. Yeah, but this guy, KO, first round. I
Oh,
mean, he's a
how do you
minus
say his name?
900. I can't pronounce it, but you know who Francis Ngannou is?
Yeah.
He's Francis Ngannou mini me, like baby Bowser versus Browser, like he's he's a 185er, but this guy's huge. He's a 185er for like 20 minutes. You know how I said I like weighed in and then started like and got to a bigger weight when he actually fought this guy. He's
Yeah.
huge for the middleweight and he's strong. I mean, he uh he's gonna be knocking him out in the first round, I think.
Okay. I like that.
You've probably seen him fight. He's fought a couple times. Like I think he
Yeah,
fought like
he's got
two or three
like
times.
light brown tips, I think.
Yeah, on his dreads, I
Yep.
think. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
he
freaking
hits
makes it.
hard. He hits hard. This next one's gonna be really good too. Charles Johnson versus Alex Perez. Alex Perez, he just fought and he just lost a really close fight to yeah, I'm spacing on his name. They have that might so they have this might be actually on the prelim, but Alex Perez, he just lost a really close fight to Asu Alabavevi, whatever his name is, Asu. He just fought again too. Asu did and won as a big dog. If
Really?
I think, but he got subbed by him, and then he also fought the guy that fought Brandon Moreno, that Japan wrestler, and one of the last cards, Taira, Tatsuya Taira. I'm butchering these names,
You're
and
good.
he got finished by him. And then move Muhammad Mukavi. He was like
Yeah.
one of Khabib's friends that got kicked out of the UFC after he fought Cape, if you remember
Oh,
him.
okay. Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
also he also fought him. So he's fighting like really good people. And he's fighting a really good guy again with Charles Johnson. I mean, Charles
Really?
Johnson, he is like, I mean, he's 5'9", but for 135, that is huge, or one for 125. He knocked out Joshua Van, who's the champion.
Yeah.
He's like, and that was just last year,
Right.
or in 2024, and then he's also beat Kavar. Oh, this he's upset a lot of like up and comer guys. It's because he's so big for the weight class. Like 5'9's not tall. for like normal people, but when you're going 125 pounds, you're like you're going against these stocky guys, and he's able to just like find his reach and just like when they come in, hit those kill shots. And I think that's what he does against Alex Perez. I think
For
Alex
sure.
Perez tries to grapple, and I think Charles Johnson can maybe get like a second round or a third round finish.
You think
Um,
Charles
but
Johnson gets the dub?
but yeah, but I think money line is just it's just simple enough with 192. Um,
For sure.
so these next fighters, their names are gonna be really hard to pronounce. That's the thing about UFC. I love it, but the names I'm really bad at pronouncing names in
They
general.
get bad.
And
Yeah,
then
the
and
names.
then when they're from like all over the world, it's like trying to speak a different language, literally like um I'm gonna go I'm gonna keep it simple with this one, and I know I picked like every favorite. I try to mix it up with some dogs, and I probably will pick a dog eventually. Um, but I know I'm gonna pick a dog, but this isn't the dog. It could be a dog that wins. Uh, Kaliv Kalov is really good. He just fought Brandon Gustav and got finished, and then he got finished by Dominic Reyes.
Oh, for real.
But he beat Ryan Spann before that. Yeah, he's kind of beating cans. I just kind of sold myself. He's gonna lose again. I think uh, Bukakis is gonna hit like just mix it up. Body kick, head kick, leg kick, piece him up. It's gonna be a really entertaining fight, but he's probably gonna get a sub or a KO. These light heavyweights they do damage. Um, and I'm always gonna be a guy that like roots for the finish. So
For sure.
uh, sometimes I know it's gonna be a little tricky. Like Charles Johnson, it's like yeah he can get the finish, but it might go to decision. This one I can see it being like not going like going under 2.5 rounds or something. Do you know who Alex Hernandez or Michael Johnson?
Alec Alexander Hernandez. Do they call him Fluffy?
No, that's Anthony Hernandez.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Alexander Hernandez, he just upset Chase Hooper. Um,
okay.
he's fought in a lot of people, um, and then same with Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's been around the block. He's fought in
That
like
the name Michael Johnson sounds familiar in the UFC. I
he
think I've watched him a couple
he's
times.
fought like yeah like Khabib and a lot of like the who's who like Dustin Poirier.
Okay.
Alex Hernandez, he just upsetted like two guys in a row with Diego and Chase Hooper. And he's on a good winning streak right now. I think he's won like five in a row. He's
You
been
think he
around
keeps
since
that winning streak?
2018. He got really
Okay.
hot. He beat like Benil Dariush. He beat like a lot of guys, and then he got humbled by Donald Cerrone. He's like, "I'm gonna
Oh,
retire you,
gotcha.
Cowboy," all this stuff, and then Cowboy just put a clinic on him, and then he kind of fell back, and then now he's like regaining his career. So I do think he gets it done, and I do think he gets a finish against Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's the sneaky dog. He beats the guys that he should lose to, and then somehow loses the guys like whenever I don't know. He's like one of those like weird like fighters that wins when he's not supposed to sometimes, but I think he's getting really old. I mean, age wise, he's gonna be 39. I mean, Alex Hernandez isn't super young. He's 33. Like he's been around the block too, but like I think I think Alex Hernandez is like he has like that second win. Like he has a second peak. And I think he gets a KO in the in
Think
the
he
f-
yeah,
in the first round one or round two. I really do. I do think that's gonna be a good bet. Um, but money line, like I mean, if you like do that money line, like those like these three fighters, the 192, 198, and 192
yeah.
plus money, nice for like.
I did
But
KO
now,
slash money line.
yeah, I mean, KO is gonna be. I'm always gonna root for it.
For
Sometimes they
sure.
pull off those weird club and subs where they're like beating the crap out of him, and then they just like give up a neck, and then they're like, okay, this guy won't
Yeah.
quit, so I'm gonna make him tap out. But This next fight, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Figueiredo. So you have Umar who fought for the belt at 135. Khabib's mini me only losses to
Yeah,
Merab, which was a competitive fight to a point, but he did get outclassed. Versus Figueiredo, who was the 125 champ, Brazilian dog. He just upsetted. Was it? Hold on one moment.
I think he lost his last fight. I remember watching
They did
his
Corey
last fight.
Sandhagen. He lost to Corey Sandhagen, but I feel like
Yeah,
he beat he might have had a fight after that against Martel Jackson, I think it was. I want to double check
yeah,
this, and he won that one because he was like a parlay buster to a point on people. I feel like Figueredo. Yeah, his last fight was Montel Jackson. He won decision, and Montel Jackson was like probably like maybe not a minus 1800, but he was like a minus like eight, like minus like 900 or something, and he lost.
right.
Figgy was probably like a plus eight, like a plus 500 or something. I could be exaggerating those lines a little bit, but he was a big dog and he won. And then he lost to Corey Sandhagen by KO. But I think if I remember that fight, he actually got like a weird knee bar and his like knee exploded. So he kind of like they like called it like he was like and they like called it off. Should have been more of a submission.
That's
Um,
crazy.
that they call it a TKO. Yeah, but like Corey Sandhagen, he gets those 50-50 positions. That's what they call it. Is when you get like each other's legs, but he just knows how to like kind of like alligator roll to a point where the knee might pop out. That's what you're gonna see. Like one guy come in the UFC and just like torch everyone. You're kind of seeing it with um, Johnny Walker's little brother. Uh, I'm spacing his name. I'm spacing his first name, but he's heel hooked like four guys in a row. He's a
For real.
heavyweight. Yeah, and it's like first round, they don't know what to do. Like once they start grappling, they just kind of fall down with each other, and then he just grabs the back of that Achilles and just twists it up. And I'm spacing on his name. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go Umar with this fight just because Figgy Figgy's at 125er, and I don't think he's really
Walter
gonna
Walker.
Walter Walker. Is that ring a bell?
Holy shit! I didn't realize that.
They're
They're
brothers.
brothers.
Yep.
They don't
But the
look alike though.
but the difference is Walter can grapple because he grew up in Russia, while Johnny grew up in Brazil. He
That's
didn't grow up in Russia, but
crazy.
he went to Dagestan to learn how to grapple, and
That's
that's why
wild.
he's heel hook and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're really like athletes. There's a couple brothers
Dang.
like Usman and his brother, and then
Yeah, yeah, Usman.
yeah, and then the Tafa brothers, and then yeah, it's kind of cool.
Oh, and the Jones brothers are really popular.
Yeah. So
Um,
I'm going Umar, but yeah, yeah, Walter. He he's carrying him up with the helix.
yeah,
I'm gonna
for
go
sure.
Umar by 3 round fight. I
Submission
think I'm gonna go decision.
decision.
Yeah. I mean, you can go minus 1800 for like, but that's to me, it's like never bet something like that. Like, because I mean, he probably won't lose. The line is that for a reason,
Yeah,
like
like he's a beast for sure.
he's a beast and he's coming off a loss, I think, and he hasn't fought since. Let me double check that. I don't think he's fought since that Merab loss.
No, he hasn't
Oh, he
because
did. He
he's
beat
like,
Mario Batista. Um, in a Mario Batista's good, but a lot of people weren't happy with this like in his he does a lot of decisions. He doesn't really finish a lot of people. But I'm gonna go decision. It's a 3 round fight. If it was a main event where they're fighting 5 rounds, it'd be different, but Umar by decision. This next fight is pretty fire. John
yeah, I think
Silva
so too.
versus Arnold Allen. You got the British gangsta versus the dog barking Brazilian fight
Oh yeah,
nerd.
that's why I forgot they call him the British gangster.
Or no, I don't know if that's his nickname. I think his nickname, I was just saying, I think is British and he's a gangsta.
Is he
That's
British
yeah, he's
or
like
England?
Yeah, he's from England. I keep on looking at some of these guys' past fights, and then I get pulled off the notes. Yeah, he is from his nickname's Almighty, but he's from
Almighty on Long Island. Okay, yeah, yeah.
where is he from? He's from like yeah, like England, I'm pretty sure.
England. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 20-3 and Silva's 16-3. That's crazy.
Yeah, they both fought like Arnold just beat Giga Chad. He lost to Mazov, but some people say he beat Mazov. He lost to Max Holloway. He did lose to Max Holloway, but he's beaten Canner. He knocked out Dan Hooker. He's beaten a lot of high level
Who did
guys.
Silva just lose to?
He just lost to Diego Lopez, who's gonna fight for the
That's
belt
right,
now.
because
But,
Diego's a fucking monster,
but
dude.
before that, he was on a run. He
Yeah,
submitted
he
Bryce
was on a
Mitchell,
run.
who is a really good grappler, and then he knocked out a guy before that who's, like, decently good, and then he
Bryce
knocked out
Mitchell's
Drew
funny.
Dober. People don't finish Drew Dober, and then he beat
Right.
Charles Jourdain. So I'm gonna go I think he's gonna be dang, this one's tough, like,
I think
I
Arnold
think
Allen might be a good underdog for this.
I think you're right with that, but I'm gonna go Gene Silva just because I think the Fighting Nerds, they need a win, but I think Arnold Allen, I would not be surprised if he won.
So, quick question. Do you understand the betting lines on UFC?
Yeah,
Like, would that be a good, like, decision? Like, take Arnold Allen, like, plus
plus 180.
points?
Oh,
Like, on the
plus the
plus point?
3.5? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that means he just has to win 1 round. So if he gets
absolutely.
finished, it doesn't cash.
It
I
doesn't
don't
count, right?
Yep, but if it goes to, like, a decision and it goes, 30-27, 29-28, 29-28, the bet hits to a point. Like,
Right.
as long as they're not all 30-27s, and with this kind of fight, Arnold Allen can easily win round 1, round 2, or round 3. He doesn't have to win them all. So that's probably honestly, I was gonna mention that. Like, I would almost go like Arnold Allen with the point spread
Yeah.
because he can easily just like survive for 15 minutes. I mean, Gene Silva's finished a lot of people, but if you can't finish everybody all the time,
No.
and he might get caught too. Like you try to put that pace on the top 5 guys, you might get caught like he did with Diego Lopez. So I
Right.
don't know if Arnold Allen is exactly a top 5 guy in this weight class, but
But
he's
I think
around
he
that.
can be, yeah.
Yeah, he has been before. I mean, he fought for the belt, I think, when Max Holloway was the champ. So um,
But I
he's
definitely
really
do
good.
think I know who Allen is. I think
Hmm.
he's a good overall completed,
He
UFC
is.
fighter.
Yeah, I would not. I mean, I would go Arnold Allen with spread.
Yeah, I put Silver money line or Allen plus points.
This next fight's really good too. Natalia Silva versus Doug Rose.
I do know who Rose is. I don't think I know
She
who
was a
Nat
champion. Natalia Silva is like a young up and coming Brazilian chick. She's just tearing through the weight class right now, like beating the
is
crap
she a
out of
champion?
girls. Not yet. She hasn't been a
Oh, okay.
champion, but she's gonna fight for the belt probably after this fight.
Okay, you think so?
I mean, yeah, I mean, minus 410. It's kind of steep, but it's deserving. Go decision if you want some value. It's probably only going to be like minus 300. Like it's not going to be that much different because they're going to give Doug Rose some respect, but I wouldn't be surprised if she finished her. So if you wanted to like to take like a risky bet, just you could put it to like minus like the spread the opposite way where she beats her all 3 rounds and it's 30-27 and minus 3.5 with Satovia because then if she finishes it cashes or if she just dominates the decision,
Oh, so
which what she
Silva
does well
what on the
on the
point
spread.
spread?
Hmm. Slash money line.
I gotcha.
And this next fight's really good. Salsa Boy versus the Black Beast.
Oh,
Walter
dude.
Costa versus Derek Lewis.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good fight.
Who do you got?
um, I mean, I would like to think Derek Lewis could do it, but Derek Lewis is getting old.
He is getting old.
Yeah.
They say power is the last thing to go, but the chin is not power. Like, and Walter Costa's so long, he can catch that chin. So Derek Lewis, I think I had him versus the Brazilian. I think when he was fighting that tall, like that his last fight, I think he like caught like a good up and comer guy who's long. He's caught Curtis Blade, who's really good, and he's
Yeah,
really long,
Curtis
and
Blade.
he's caught Volk, who's really good and really long. So this is like a matchup where a lot of people are gonna be like, okay, Waldo Costa, like, yeah, he's good, but he's gonna get caught. Like Derek Lewis has the most knockouts in UFC history. I
Yeah,
think
that's true,
eventually
but
you have to stop winning. Father
he
Time
had
is undefeated, and Waldo Costa is like he's
is
got
he
like 10
young too?
kids. He's got like 10 kids. He needs to pay his child support, and he's like
Does he
he really
really?
wants to fight for a title. He wants that championship money, and I think him versus Tom Aspinall is gonna be something that happens after this. Like I think he
Oh, you
wins.
think so?
I think he knocks Derek Lewis out, and he calls for the winner. And I think Tom Aspinall is probably gonna have to beat Cyril Gane again, but I think that's the fight to make after this. He might
I
have to
think
fight somebody else after to kind of depending on how long it takes Tom to fight Cyril Gane to get like really relevant. But with how the heavyweight division's going, Waldo's I mean, he's looking really good.
you take Waldo like he gets a KO.
Yeah, I do. I do think he gets a KO. I think a decision wouldn't surprise me too much, but I think Derek Lewis is gonna like stand and bang, but like he's gonna get
It could
caught,
gas out too.
and then Costa's gonna like TK, like he's gonna jump on him, follow up type, and the refs are just gonna pull it off because they don't want to see Derek Lewis get like flatlined. And I'm not saying like he's gonna
No.
get put to sleep, but I think he can get finished to the point where they're like, all right, we're not gonna let Waldo hammer you, but you got rocked, and we're just gonna call it a day because we're gonna like that's gonna hype the crowd up, and then they're gonna go into the last two fights like hyped.
For sure.
Now I was talking about taking a dog, and I haven't took
Dude.
one yet,
You're gonna
and I
take
hate to go against Sean O'Malley,
oh
but
man, Song's my boy.
I might be going with Song Yudong.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
I know. If this
I'm
is
a
5
huge
rounds, I'm definitely going Song Yudong because it got moved to the co-main, so sometimes they change that to 5 rounds. If it's a 5-round fight, I'm going Song Yudong because Song Yudong's really fought a lot of the best of the best. He fought a competitive fight with Peter Yan. He's
he's an
fought like
experienced one, right?
he's really experienced and he's
Mhm.
been around a little bit and he's fought a lot of good guys and he's huge for the weight class. So is Sean O'Malley. I really
Sean
like Sean
O'Malley, the
O'Malley.
thing is,
Sugar
man, I
Show.
don't think nobody could take him serious after what
Yeah.
happened, but, like, he still has that like, he has that goofiness side, like
Mhm.
like, and you're when you're in the fight business, there's a time to be goofy and there's a time not to be, like and that goes for both ways, like, in the training, like, when you're training, can't be goofy, it's all seriousness, like
Yeah.
and then, of course, when you're stepping into the octagon, it's all seriousness,
No, I
like,
definitely like
he's funny, he's goofy, and,
he is
like
goofy. It's a character to a point. I'm not doubting his training to a point because I really respect his coach Timbo. I think it's
who's his
Tim
coach again?
Means. I think his name's Tim Means. They do a lot of
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah, Tim,
content
yeah,
together, and
um,
it's like their training. Mario Batista is a training partner of him. He's like a top 5 to 35. I mean, they have a good camp. I just think Song Yudong is gonna like he's due for like an upset. I think like like he if it's close, they're gonna give it to Sean, and that's why I'm saying 3 rounds. If it's a 3-round fight, Sean O'Malley's gonna win. Sean O'Malley could catch him. Song Yudong might go and bang, and Sean O'Malley proved me wrong before. I almost had a perfect card when he fought Sean or Sterling, Aljay Sterling, and the only fight I got wrong was Sean O'Malley versus Sterling. I did not see him getting Sterling and catching him like that. And I'm a huge Sean O'Malley fan, but his grappling is a question mark. It's better than I thought. He's proved me wrong a lot, but I think Song Yudong is gonna mix it up to the point, and it might just be a whole standing bout. They might kickbox. They might just Muay Thai it up and just bang. But And if that's the case, Sean O'Malley might outpoint him, do some Wonderboy Thompson type, Israel Sanya type of distant management and win the fight, or maybe even sniper him with a shot. But I don't know. I just feel like Song Yudong might be spoiler and beat him.
Um, I'm gonna put heads because I am a huge Sean O'Malley fan.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I might. This is definitely one I will. Like if
And
I
like
tried hedging that night with Sterling. I wasn't able to. I did to a point, but I wasn't. I should have done it better.
let's see, I hedged on like it was like a couple months ago, almost like a year ago, maybe when Leon Edwards won, and I hedged the fight, and like I won like $400 out of it. I forget who Leon did a head kick. Like I forget who he knocked out.
He
Oh
Kamaru Usman.
no, no. When Leon, I think when Leon fought Kobe, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
Leon Edwards
Leon
is
knocked
really
him
good.
out though.
Yeah, no, hedging with the last fight is always the best because you have like if you have good momentum, like you go, okay, I've hit like 8 out of 9.
No, for sure.
The cash out's not available. Hedge.
Yeah, just
Like
edge
just hedge. Like definitely if the book's not giving you a cash out, they're usually pretty there's a reason why. There's a saying that they only give you cash out if it's gonna hit. Or like the odds of it hitting are like pretty reasonable. And that's why they're trying to like make you lose money with a cash out.
for sure.
To a point, but there's cash outs that when you don't take that, we've all been there where it's like, fuck, I should have hit that.
And man, we got the last one.
Patty, the baddie versus Justin Gaethje, the human highlight reel. This fight is gonna be sick, and
It's gonna cook.
I'm gonna keep it simple. Justin Gaethje, I respect him highly. He's a very good fighter, but I think he retires. I think he could play spoiler, but I think Song Yudong is a higher chance of playing spoiler. I mean, the odds are close. Justin Gaethje, I bet him as a dog in his last fight. I don't know why he was a dog to somebody he already beat. I bet him before. I like him a lot. He's only lost to a couple people, and when he does lose, it's by submission, and that's why I'm going Patty the Batty by submission. He's lost to Justin Gaethje. He's lost to
I think
Khabib,
Patty
and
does.
Justin Gaethje got
Ooh,
choked out
dude.
by Charles Oliveira, and I think Patty the Batty's jiu-jitsu is crazy good, and how he
It,
manhandled Michael
oh,
Chandler. Justin Gaethje is a better grappler than Michael Chandler, but I think Patty the Batty's gonna get that. I think he's gonna get something, and he's gonna get him to tap, maybe
dude, let
armbar.
me tell you, Patty the Batty's submission game is cold.
It's cold. How he did Bobby Green. I mean,
Yeah,
Bobby
that's what
Green's
I'm
kind
saying.
of weak,
How
but
he had
like,
Bobby King Green.
but
I'm like, that's
but
cold.
he's been doing that his whole career, like coming up, and he's got hands to a point. He might,
He could
but
throw
like
hands, yeah.
realistically, bro, it's like don't do
The
this with Justin
Scousers don't
Gaethje.
get knocked out.
They do though. They will if he tries to bang, because Justin Gaethje will just
Justin Gaethje, man, like he's not
he
afraid
might
to
catch
throw it
Justin
either.
Gaethje, but like the odds of doing what Max Holloway did to him are low. The odds of him doing what he did to Dustin Poirier to Patty are higher than that. Like if they, like he's knocked a lot of people out. Justin Gaethje. I mean, he had 14 fights at one point, and he had 14 finishes, like finishes performances. Like
Dude,
there's
it's
the
crazy.
human highlight reel is like a nickname for a reason. Like Patty the Batty, he has not fought a lot. Like Michael Chandler hasn't won a fight in forever. He fought King Green, who hasn't won a fight in forever. He fought Jared Gordon. Like he's fought like his record of his last 5 fights and their record of their last 5 fights is probably going to be
Okay,
like
true.
5-50. Like he's getting like, but I
Gaethje
said the
really
same thing
hasn't
about
fought
Sean O'Malley, and now
since.
Sean O'Malley's a champion. Where it's
Yeah,
like
Gaethje
Dana,
hasn't fought since Holloway.
yeah, no, he's fought in uh what's his face? Let me pull his name up. Justin Gaethje. He's coming off a one fight winning streak for fighting for the belt, which is kind of crazy. But he beat Ravav Faziv, if you know who
For
that
real?
is. Yep. So he beat him before, and then he beat him again, by decision. Ravav Faziv is good. I mean, I think he could potentially be a baddie. Like like he's like a legit like top 10 guy, and Patty hasn't fought a top 10 guy like that. I would say Michael Chandler is like for this weight class, realistically, he's like bottom top 10. Like he's like a top 15 type of guy. He's not a top 10 guy. Bobby Green, he's like a top 30 guy. He's not even a top 25 guy. No disrespect to those fighters, but like this lightweights they're stacked. Like it's always been a stacked division. Even with some of these guys retiring, like Dustin Poirier, and you know, um, I just don't see. Uh, I don't know. I see Patty by submission, and I
I
like
do
Justin
too.
Gaethje, but I was thinking about it today, and I'm like, yeah, I really do think he's gonna get that.
I do
But
too.
I would go potentially. I mean, you can go money line, or you can go like submission slash KO. But I think like, I mean, I was like really good. I was really big on Armin versus Dan Hooker. I'm like, I think he's gonna submit him, and people would be like, Armin's never had a submission in UFC. Why is he gonna submit Dan Hooker? I'm like, he's been working on his grappling game. He's been doing like BJJ competitions, and he can wrestle. And Dan Hooker, when he loses to people like Islam, he gets choked out. Or when he's getting put up against the cage against people like, he's his grappling is a weakness. And I see the same thing. Not too much with like Justin Gaethje because he can wrestle. He went to Colorado D1. He can grapple. Not many people have taken him down, but he doesn't really take people down. And I think
Right.
Patty might like get him in a clinch thing, and then he might like get the over under inside trip and just drag him down. And then like Gaethje might be working, and then Patty might jump the back, and then or he might club and sub and grab, and like who knows, like or Justin Gaethje might rock him and Patty might throw his legs up with a triangle from the bottom and catch him and roll like he did with Bobby Green to a point and transition to an armbar.
Right.
He just that's his main thing. He just grapples a ton. His BJJ is just something he takes really seriously. So I
For
think
sure. Patty's a
and I
beast.
and Justin Gaethje's talking about retiring. Like he's like, if I don't get the title fight, I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire anyways. Like his dream scenario is winning the belt and retiring. So if he did beat Patty, he would have to knock him out because they're
He would
not
have
gonna
to.
give he's not gonna get a decision, and then they're gonna make, "Okay, we know you're gonna retire. Here's, um, here's the belt."
That's crazy.
Unless he's like, "I promise I'm not gonna retire beforehand, like, if I win." But he's talked about in interviews how, like, that would be his dream scenario is retiring as a champ because that's the only thing he hasn't done. But with the White House card, who knows? Like, maybe him versus Conor McGregor would be kinda cool. Justin Gaethje if
Yeah,
he
I
did
can't
win.
wait till the White House card.
But, yeah, that's gonna be sick. It's gonna be fire.
Seth, do you got any more socials you want to shout out
Um
where people can find you at?
Just on Instagram, there's the Seth White's my handle. On YouTube, it's the Seth White. And then I think my TikTok is just follow the Seth. And my YouTube is a big one I want to grow right now.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I think that's my at is the Seth White's right there. So, and are we going over the NFL bracket real quick?
Yeah,
Want to
we
speed
can.
run that? All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. So we got San Fran, Seattle, Saturday at 8. Also the Bears in Chicago at 6:30, and then we have Buffalo, Denver at 4:30, and then Houston and New England at Sunday 3:30 or 3 o'clock. I'm gonna let you go first on what your predictions on, and yeah,
All right. I'm gonna do a fun one. I'm gonna do money line for each game and anytime touchdown.
okay,
So I'm gonna start with Seahawks versus 49ers, and I'm going with the dog. Seahawks peak too early. Sam Donald doesn't do he's already done enough. I mean, he got lucky against the Rams. I'm a Rams fan, so I'm gonna be biased. I don't care who we see, but I do think Brock Purdy's been playing good, and I do think Brock Purdy is set up better. Seahawks defense is good, but CMC anytime touchdown
Yeah.
and 49ers money line.
49ers money line and who else? CMC touchdown.
Mhm. Anytime touchdown.
Cool.
I
Let's
think I think
see.
like Juan Jennings if or like and then Kettle, like they have a lot of good weapons outside of that, but CMC is a beast. He is a beast. Like he should have an MVP, but it's really a quarterback trophy. Brock
Oh, yeah,
Purdy,
for sure.
Iowa State guy, Mr. Unirrelevant is really relevant. He's gonna teach me how to Dougie after he throws a little pocket pass to CMC after the blitz comes and CMC is gonna break a tackle, make a good juke in the red zone, cash him in. Seattle is gonna. I mean, Seattle could win. I'm not gonna be surprised. Like, I mean, they got the bye for a reason. But and then as a Rams fan, I'm gonna go Rams money line. Chicago's gonna choke. They're gonna remind the Bears down. They're literally gonna be stinking down. Now, I don't know what the Bears down thing means. Bears up would make more sense to
I
me.
don't know.
But they're not winning. Chicago fans are going to be mad. They shouldn't be a 2 seed. They should not have won that division. The Lions and the Packers low key let them win.
Ooh,
Caleb Williams is good.
he's good. I get.
DJ
Yeah,
Moore,
he's
like they have a
good.
good team. They're well coached to a point. They're better than I'm giving them credit point. But I think Devontae Adams is going to find a touchdown in this game. Puka's been really hot. I think they're going to be in like a short red zone type of situation, and Devontae Adams he's gonna run a route, and Stafford's gonna hit him
Adams, anytime TD.
anytime TD.
I
If you
like it.
wanna
I
if
like
you wanna
it.
get special or get spicy, not special, but or special, you wanna get retarded, do it first half.
Do it first half.
I'm just yeah. No, but I would just
So,
keep it simple. He's probably gonna be plus money anytime TD.
for sure.
Um, and then I'm gonna go Patriots money line, Texans, they're good. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. I know like I know why people are gonna be on them. Their defense is elite. Drake May, I think his season, like, it's not over yet. Like, I think they're gonna be like, "Oh, like,
Oh,
he should have been the
dang.
MVP. Stafford's really the MVP. He's not getting the
Stafford
Super
is
Bowl, and
really
Stafford is getting the Super Bowl." So I think that's why I'm gonna be like, that's why Stafford won. Drake May didn't. Drake May's gonna be young. He's gonna have a good career. I think Stephon Diggs, is that the wide receiver on the Patriots?
You think he gets a touchdown?
I think he gets a touchdown. If I remember, I haven't watched a lot. I think here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Stephon Diggs. Hunter Henry probably wouldn't be a bad one, but Stephon Diggs. Anytime TD. I think Drake May is gonna have a really good game. Probably gonna throw like 2 touchdowns at least, probably 3. Expose the Texans defense a little bit. Make them look human. They're on too hard a streak. They're not gonna do this like all postseason. Like they like this is a W. Like if you look for Texans fans, like they're like we're injured. Like this season, it was good. New England could lose. Like Texans couldn't be like
Like I literally like
they've
I
made
could
a
see
run
Houston
before,
pull it off too, but
but I think Patriots their defense is also good and their offense is like CJ Stroud's really good. Don't get me wrong. Nico Collins anytime touchdown. I would do either one of those. So it's like a parlay where it's Diggs and Patriots money line or Nico Collins and like Texans, where it's like it's gonna go one of two ways where the Patriots gonna look human and Texans are gonna remind us why they're elite, or Patriots are gonna look elite and make the Texans look human. But either way, CJ is gonna find his receiver and Drake's gonna find his receiver. And then with this next game, we got Bo Nix, Mr. Overrated, not really. He's good versus Josh Allen, a former MVP. The Bills are not a good team. This is
they're
probably the
up and
worst
down. They're
team
washy. Like they're
that they've
so
had. Yeah.
inconsistent.
But they I think they beat the Broncos. I think the Broncos, similar to the Texans where they're on fire, but this in Seattle, they're like on fire and they done their season, but they peak and they're gonna get exposed. It takes one bad game to lose your season. The Bills, I think Josh Allen's really feeling it. Like you saw, he beat a good Jaguars team. I think he can beat a good Broncos team, and I think he can get to the AFC Championship against the Patriots. And I think Josh Allen, anytime touchdown in both these games. I think he gets one in the Broncos, and I think he gets one. I think he goes Cam Newton, has a crazy, arguably an MVP type of postseason, gets to the Super Bowl, beats Drake May, who is a fraud of an MVP to a point, and then plays the Rams after they beat Stafford outclasses Brock Purdy. 49ers lose a heartbreaking game to the Rams. Rams come. Puka Nuka scores in that game versus the Seahawks, or versus the 49ers, I mean, against, maybe Devontae Adams does too. I really do think, I think Puka gets back on that field. And then in the Super Bowl, I think the Rams gets a extinguisher out on the Josh Allen and the Bills and reminds them how that this team is probably the worst team Josh Allen's had with the Bills for a while. And then kind of it reminds us how the Buffalo Bills is trash. And then Josh Allen will kind of be like, this will help his legacy because he finally gets to the Super Bowl because partly because Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, like the AFC is kind of watered down this year, and then Matthew Stafford claws his way out of a tough NFC and finally gets a couple games to go his way. I'm a Rams fan, so this might be biased, but I think the way we lost to the Eagles, the way we lost to the Seahawks, the way we lost to the 49ers, BS. I mean, the Falcons lost, that's a loss. The Panthers lost, that's a loss. But if we play the Falcons again, we beat them. And then the Panthers, we showed who is the better team when we beat them. And I think we played bad against the Panthers, but I think the Panthers are a lot better than people think. And I honestly think the Panthers would beat the Chicago Bears if they would have won this game.
Yeah, I definitely think
So
the Panthers are definitely on their way to doing something great with their
like
squad.
the Bears could beat the Panthers if this was like the sub, but I think Rams win. Like I said, it's gonna be biased, but I'm it's not too biased because the Rams. A lot of people think they were going to the Super Bowl, or going to be Super Bowl champs. Before the in the middle of the season, at the end of the season, and they've just been hot and stayed hot, and they kind of had some hiccups, and that's how we kind of dropped to the fifth seed. We should have been that one seed, but um, it happens to the best of us, and I mean, but for a five seed, where our defense is scrappy, we have two elite wide receivers. Our running back, Kyron Williams, is so underrated. I mean, some of his stats for the first couple of years being in the league,
He
it's
really
up
is
there with like
underrated.
Adrian Peterson and a lot of these like all-time greats, like his. But the thing about the
Facts.
Seahawks is they have not let up a rush more than like 13 yards in their last like 6 games. And they've played like B. John Robertson, CMC, like a lot of these big guys. So CMC's biggest goal is to have a couple big runs. And that's going to be his like the main reason San Francisco or thing that they can do to beat Seattle. Because Seattle is pretty much making it so like you're the biggest run you're going to have is going to be a first down. And they're probably only doing that like once. And like we're not
Right.
letting you break off. Like a 20-yard run might not be a lot, but it's like you got to have like one or two of those plays when you have a superstar like a lot of the NFC teams had, Jonathan Taylor, some of the AFC teams too, like Jonathan Taylor was, hot with the Colts, and Seattle just shut it down. Like their defense is really good. Um, like the best two defenses, I mean, a lot of like I had Broncos fantasy football for their defense, but I'll
Yeah.
miss Seattle and Houston's defenses. Like it's gonna be fun to watch, but
Hell yeah.
and CJ Stroud's a good quarterback, and Bo's a good quarterback, but um, in Seattle, Sam's a good quarterback, but in their defense is like I wouldn't be surprised if those teams win. But as a Rams fan, this would be like my dream scenario. But what about you? Who do you think's gonna win?
Oh man, this is gonna be hard. So I do think I don't know. It's gonna be hard. I think Seattle wins against San Fran. I will take Rams and Seattle in the championship. Um, I think Chicago's beautiful season comes to an end, and yeah, in Chicago. Um, I this Houston and New England game, man, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good game. A good
Mhm.
defensive type type of game where probably nobody scores a lot of touchdowns. Honestly, it's gonna be like a 20-17 type game. And then with Buffalo, I think honestly, I low key could see Buffalo steamrolling Denver, just because I mean the Broncos are not that experienced yet in the playoffs. They're a very young team. Um, Give me Buffalo, and yeah, give me Buffalo and New England. And then for the Super Bowl, I do have a feeling that the Rams might win. I really do. And I'm not just saying that to, you know, um, but I do want to see Devontae Adams get a ring.
Yeah, he's apparently really loving it, LA. He talked about how he doesn't want to leave, and he's like, the grass isn't always greener, but the grass is greener here, bro. Like,
He said
he loves it.
he also said he said once a Packer, always a Packer when describing what it feels like to face the Bears.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's
So
definitely gonna. The thing is, it's, they say like Matthew Stafford doesn't play well in the cold, and his record's so bad when it's gonna be like under 30 degrees. But it's like the guy played in Detroit. I don't care. Devontae Adams, he's a former Packer. They're used to playing in that environment in the Midwest, like the shitty
Adams,
Midwest.
yeah, I'm gonna say Adams is
And
he's used to playing in that weather.
they're in and out. Like they're gonna be good. I don't think like yes, LA's nice. Like the weather might be like the home advantage might be helpful for Chicago. It might be closer than I want it to be, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But
I can also see that game being a close defensive battle too. Like just
hmm
because the weather being a factor.
it's a sneaky. I mean, like a Seth's fun prop of the day or fun prop of the this round.
What's
Blake
that?
Blake Corum, former Michigan Wolverine, anytime touchdown
You think so?
for
You
uh
get to play
for the
off.
Bears. Yeah, but I think Kyren Williams is like gonna have a really good game. But once they get in the end zone, they're gonna like put Blake in, and a lot of times he has success because they're like, okay, they're gonna pass it now, backup running backs in, and then he actually is really good at that end zone where it's just like 5 yard, 4 yard run, 3 yard run, 2 yard run, maybe one and four, or 3-and-1 type of situation. He'll 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 make a he'll get some yak yards after
For
carry
sure.
or just enough to get the TD. I mean, he's done a lot better this year. He was a rookie last year. Kyron Williams, he might get the touchdown instead, but I can see. I bet Blake's odds are gonna be like plus 250. He's gonna be a
They
nice
probably
one.
will. They'll probably be pretty decent odds. I can assume.
But and then who do you got? Miami or Indiana?
I'm gonna take Indiana just because a lot of
Yep,
people are gonna say Miami, and I get it. I get it. Miami is a good complete overall team, but I just think Indiana is so much better. I think that coach Kurt Signetti, man, he's got that team on a fucking tightrope. Like
they're
he's
disciplined.
got them walking a straight line, and they can't do
hmm
nothing wrong right now at this moment.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, the Miami U's gonna turn into a big L because um they they're good. I get it, 2 point, but they should not be where they are, 2 point. But people can say that about Indiana, but I'm a Big Ten guy. I like that conference, and I think they're the best conference.
I'm a Big
And
Ten guy. I'm a SEC guy.
yeah,
Like
so I don't know. I'm gonna go the underdog story. They went from like being super bad to super good, and that quarterback, I'm spaced on his name. Is it
Mendoza,
Hernan Mendoza?
Fernando
Yeah,
Mendoza.
Fernando Mendoza. He's
That's
sick,
the
dude.
quarterback, and his brother Alberto Mendoza is a
He's so good.
receiver or a running back.
He had 7 touchdowns in that last game and only 3 incomplete passes.
That's crazy,
Something
dog.
like that's crazy. He's number one pick in the draft. The Raiders are gonna be happy with him. Geno
If I
Smith
was
is gonna
him
be
though,
a
I'd
good
be like
backup.
pushing for another year for eligibility.
Make that brother, make that money, bro. His mindset's like, I'm gonna turn this organization around. The Raiders might team, who knows, bro. He's
But
the
say
he probably be a Johnny Football type of guy where he's good in college and then he gets there and the high like too expectations are too high. But Baker Mayfield is one of those guys and he made a career and I can see this guy being that type of guy too,
I
where
love Baker.
he goes to
The
a shitty
Browns
organization at first, but then he gets out. He
the
leaves the
Browns
Browns, he
messed
leaves
him
the
up so
Raiders,
bad. Oh my
you know what I
god,
mean?
bro.
But
Whew.
he did good. I mean, he lost this year, he didn't make it out, but, guess what? They
No,
lost
but
first
he's
round.
proven to be that type of quarterback. He's proven to be that type of franchise player that they need. You know,
Uh,
like
yeah,
yeah, they didn't have a good. I mean, they didn't make the playoffs,
they
but
almost made the playoffs, yeah.
almost, yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, that's not a winning season, but still, like
But he's won
think
that
about it.
division before. They low
Right?
key just gave up that spot to the Panthers, but, he's good. I mean, he has Mike Evans. Mike Evans was injured. He got injured, but he was looking like the MVP in the beginning of the season, and then
Mm-hmm.
Stafford kinda picked it up, and he kinda slowed down. But he was Baker's that guy. But,
What do you think about the coaches changes, real quick? Like John Harbaugh going to the Giants. That's wild.
that is
5
wild.
years for $100 million.
Yeah, to the Giants, I mean, I bet he has a you said, uh, who got hired for the Giants again? Ha
John Harbaugh,
the guy that was at the, Ravens?
the Ravens, the Ravens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I bet he has a better record with the Giants than he did with the Ravens this year.
I think so too.
I
With the
bet
healthy
Dart
Scatterboo
and
now,
Scadaboo and all them, yeah.
and
That receiver,
now
Robertson, I think, they have some talent. He's a good coach.
it's gonna be fun.
I think Lamar is
I
just
don't like.
you gotta
I'm
think
kind of hard on the Packers because I've watched them for 15 years, and I just watched pure greatness. Um, so watching the Packers for the last 5 years, man, it's not the same Packers as it was before, but like we're still relevant. Like we're still making the playoffs. We're consistent enough to be in the playoffs to be fighting for a championship. Like it's kind of hard, but like yeah,
yeah, no, I agree. I think
and
the
I
thing
like
about the
LaFleur.
Packers is you guys had Hall of Fame quarterback after Hall of Fame quarterback. So Jordan Love, it's like you you know what I mean?
He's
Like
proven
you
himself that he's that guy though. Like
Jordan
he threw
Love,
for three. Yeah, he threw for 323 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I see. I was that guy. No, I
but the
wasn't
thing is, until
very
there's
hesitant
like
about him.
there's good quarterbacks and there's great quarterbacks. Jordan Love's a good quarterback. Caleb Williams is a good quarterback. Bryce Young's a good quarterback. But to become a great quarterback, you have to do what Jared Goff couldn't do and what Matthew Stafford did or what Aaron Rodgers did. Like you have to go and win over ring. Like Joe Burrow, he's a really good quarterback, but he's
Dude,
not a
Joe
great
Burrow's
quarterback.
football IQ is like off the chart. Like
Right.
he's got one of the best football IQs in the world. Like you compare that IQ with Peyton Manning's football IQ.
And I would put Joe Burrow, he's almost a great quarterback. Like he went to the Super Bowl. Like to get to the Super Bowl is
I just
really
feel bad
hard,
for him.
let alone to lose. But like Jordan Love hasn't even like got close to
I
the Super
know
Bowl yet.
Jordan Love hasn't touched the Super Bowl grass,
So it's
but
even if he does, he might I can see him having like a Jared Goff type of performance where it's like you got there because you had a really good running back and a really good defense and like you know what I mean and a really good wide receiver, but you faced a really
I think our squad's shaping up real nice though for the
yeah
new
I can
future. I mean, yeah, we lost Michael Parsons, torn his ACL. It kind I, it kind of worried me because I'm like, oh boy, because he is getting into his 30s.
mhm.
Like, but if he just stays healthy on his recovery, I think we should be good next year
No, I
because their stats when he's on the field with them, they were 9-3-1. When he wasn't on the field with them, they were 9-7-1. They lost that 4 game stretch without having him on the field.
yeah, that is tough. He's a he's how long do you have him for like a couple years?
We have, I think so. I think we have him for like 4 years.
Yeah, no, the back. I feel like you guys will win the division next year.
I just
Did you
hope,
guys
man.
fire
Like,
your coach? Is he one
no,
of the
we
coaches?
like they
He's
thought
on.
about like he. I thought Lafleur was on the hot sheet,
I
but
saw that too.
I don't think he is. I think that they're trying to extend him to another contract.
I feel that.
I low key wanted the Packers to go get John Harbaugh.
Yeah, or like who's the Steelers coach that just got fired?
Oh,
Mike. I
Mike
forget his name,
McDaniels.
but I mean, they made the playoffs like what last 15 years or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
and he's
Oh,
been
Mike
coaching there for
Tomlin.
last.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mike Todd. He got fired, I think. Um,
That's crazy, dog.
yeah, so I think he got
And
fired.
yeah, oh no, he stepped down.
Oh, he stepped down.
Yeah, he stepped down.
Wow.
The Ravens owner fired John Harbaugh, and they asked him in a press conference, "You think if that kicker made that kick, you think Harbaugh would still be coach?" And he said no.
That's wild.
But yeah, I mean, Mike Tomlin stepped down. I think he kind of knew that the Steelers were gonna like, kind of fire him, but like that's kind of that's absurd because for a coach to coach for 19 seasons and have all winning seasons of them, like never missed a like. Of course, they missed the playoffs, but they always had a winning record.
That's wild. 19 winning records.
Yes,
Yeah,
19 winning records.
that's
Like they've
greatness.
all been above what 500, so that's a winning record
That is
for
sick.
19 years. That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
And for
Dang.
him just step down, like I don't know if the Steelers were going to fire him. I don't know, but he tied for Marvin Lewis for the most playoff losses in franchise history. That is kind of a that's not the Steelers way, you
Yeah.
know.
Do you think he's gonna coach again?
Mm, I could see that I could see the Steelers trading him to a different team because I did see that that he can't, since he wasn't fired, he's not a free
Oh,
agent. He's still part of the
s-
team.
so
So
he's probably done.
the team can still trade him. Like if they were able to do a trade package, the team could trade him.
I saw a thing about something about like if like somehow I saw a trade scenario where it's like him getting traded to the Raiders with
Oh,
with
and
and then for that number one pick so they could
yeah,
draft
for
that.
yeah, because it was they were saying Kurt Segnetti is actually from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so I'm like that would be kind of like I
That
mean,
would make
what's this?
sense though.
Yeah, he would be a lot better off in Pittsburgh than Vegas, but yeah, I pleasure being on the podcast, bro. I want to ask a couple questions about it. You have you already recorded that? Was it Mr. Kennedy I saw?
I have not. I fell in a little situation where like like I needed like my Venmo to work, but I couldn't get it to work, and I just had to push it back.
No, I mean that's gonna be sick though, dude.
I pushed it back
Mm,
for like another 2 weeks. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. But in the meantime, I've just been trying to get in pro wrestlers left and right, and like even try to do a little bit of UFC content every now and then.
so this is episode 9.
Episode, I think this is episode 9. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick, bro. You're already stacking episodes, bro. the law of accumulation, the slight edge, the compound
Yeah, like
effect, you know,
yeah.
they're just gonna snowball
Like
effect, bro.
he charges $150 for a podcast, like, for the hour, but, like, when you're Mr. Kennedy or when you're a big professional wrestler, I mean, of course,
He's
time's
big.
money.
Like, I was telling my friend who kinda watches WWE, I'm like, "Yeah, Mr. Kennedy." I'm like, "He's kinda like if I compared him to a UFC guy, he'd be like Uriah Hall." And he's like, "Uriah Hall, really? He's like that good?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Mr. Kennedy." It's like he had the mic come down, "Mr. Kennedy." It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was one of those guys I definitely remember on SmackDown.
Yep, SmackDown, he
Yeah,
was on
yeah.
SmackDown.
I watched more SmackDown than Raw as a kid, I'll be honest, probably because it wasn't on cable and it was, like, free television with
Like, he,
I
legitimately liked my Instagram photo or my video, and, I somehow shoot him a DM on Instagram, and he had a blue check mark next to him, which I knew he was
mhm,
legit, and, we just started talking back and forth, and I'm like, "No shit, dude, this is so cool."
that's sick, bro. Yeah,
Like,
I mean, that's the power of networking, you reach out, you just ask a simple request of like, "Hey, man, you wanna work potentially do something together?"
yeah,
And you can get, a really cool experience with, having a professional like that on the podcast, and then keep doing that, and bro, it's gonna be pretty fire. I mean, that's one of the things I wanna do eventually is get some UFC guys on a potential UFC podcast. But
yeah,
maybe
I
we can do
like
it together, bro. That'd be kinda sick, wouldn't it? Like you,
I would
me,
like to do that for
and
sure, like, that's what I
reaching
wanna
out.
do, I wanna inspire other people, you know, like, make people feel good, kinda, if you guys don't have nothing to do, just sit back and watch a YouTube video of 2 guys talk about UFC or about
Mhm.
pro wrestling, you know?
Yeah. You gotta make you gotta be like, my goal is to like if with a podcast, it's just like you're just hanging out with the 2 guys, talking about stuff that you talk about at work or with the boys, and kinda just get the get the nerd out, you
Yeah,
talk
right,
sports, you know?
right, I'm trying to get Andrew to hop on the podcast and talk a little bit of sports and get his knowledge on it,
Yes,
and
he's gonna be a fun episode, bro. And he definitely knows his stuff about UFC,
dude, for
NFL,
everything.
and college. March Madness is gonna be really fun for us this year.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
So if I could just push him a little bit, I think we could do it and get on one
Yeah,
with him,
eventually he's probably gonna get on YouTube with us, and he definitely need to make his own account.
for sure. I'll definitely send this to him and see what he thinks about, but yeah.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go with Houston.
He probably will.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went Denver or the Bears or see they just fade all my picks and like it's each down, hey, I'm not the hottest NFL, but I just really think Seattle and Denver, if you ask most people, "Hey, do you think they won the AFC and NFC in the beginning of the season?" People are like, "No." And
So I have a
then
customer who's a Denver fan. He says their defense is really good, but their offense
they're
is
decent.
just trash.
It is. And their defense is really good, but it's not that good. It's not like it's I would not be Broncos probably go to AFC Championship. They'd probably beat Buffalo. I'm a kind of a Buffalo fan to a point where I played sports against Spencer Brown. He's from small town Lennox, Iowa. So I like competed against some stuff and he's not and then he went to UNI, which is where my wife went, small D1 and up in northern Iowa,
I've heard
offensive
of that,
guard.
yeah.
And then he got drafted to the Bills. So I'm kind
No
of like
shit.
I'm always gonna root for the Iowa guys that are from
That's
local,
cool.
like
Yeah.
so I'm like and Josh Allen, former MVP, he's really entertaining to watch. Like so and then I just think Denver is like fraud check alert, but
You think who?
Denver, I think that it's gonna be like fraud check alert where it's Bo and Sam Darnold or they just lose. They just like lose a big game. It could be close, but I think they both lose. I both the one seeds. And I think New England is not like they're gonna hold it down, so one of the top seeds wins. But I do think like a lot of these like the 5 seed with Rams, 6 seed with Brown 49ers, 6 seed with Buffalo, they low key more people would have thought they were gonna be the 1 seed than falling to a wild card. So I think they're yes, they're a wild card and home field advantage helps to a point, but I think, um, it's gonna be really, really fun to watch these games.
for
UFC
sure.
324 is gonna be sick. The college national title is gonna be sick. It's gonna be really fun for sports
It's,
fans.
I'm about to say this upcoming month is going to be really good for sports fans.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also one more question. You are a new dad. Um,
Yes.
how is that? How's the new dad life?
It's fun. It's fun. Tiring. Sleep when you can. But it's a blessing. Just best attitude with it is to have gratitude, thank God
Absolutely.
and try to be the best parent I can be. You know, uh just try to really think about the the legacy I want to leave with her and type of family I want to create and just try to um become a better man every single day for that.
Absolutely, brother. I hear that. Guys, this podcast is sponsored by WG, the official energy drink of your podcasters, streamers, and content creators. Uh, get it while you can. Use my code CWE99. Get 10% off if you can. And also check out my merch and brainbusterscheese.com. Um, you could possibly set one up too if you decide to do one for UFC content, you know. I'm sure they'll let you have your own merch table. But I earn like 25% from it. So it's a
That's
little
what's up.
bit, not a whole lot.
Mhm.
So but yeah, I got stickers, hats, shirts, hoodies, little beanies you can get. Um they're about this I think the stickers are like $5. Hats are like 20, 25. Shirts are like 15, 20. But yeah, um go check it out. I highly encourage you to. And but yeah, this has been episode 9. um, UFC predictions 324, and a little bit of NFL predictions with my buddy Seth.
Thank you for having me on, man. It was a pleasure,
No
Gage.
problem. Hey, man, we'll have to do it again.
Yes. Hey, have a good night, everyone. Subscribe to the YouTube, like, comment, engage. Let us know who you think in US 324 or the NFL college playoffs. Who's your pick? Who's your favorite money line? Let's get engagement.
Absolutely. We would love to hear from y'all. But yeah, this is episode 9. Me and Seth. See you guys.
So yeah.